Lord's Test, India versus England. You saw the common problem of a slow over rate. England were docked 2 points. India were not docked any points because their over rate was deemed to be fine. However, there is a chronic problem in England, Australia and all the other places where you just cannot finish the overs on time. Every match so far has not seen the day end at 10:30 p.m. IST. It's always gone half an hour extra and still you've not been able to finish the overs. After England were docked 2 points, Michael Vaughan stated, let's be honest, both teams' over rates at Lords were very, very poor. How only one team has been reprimanded is beyond me. It seemed as if both teams' over rates were terrible. So here is the breakup of how much India bowled and how much did England bowl. Let's look at the over rates. On day 1, India bowled 83 overs, which was still very slow compared to what you may see. 72.3 overs, out of which 49 were bowled by England. But on day 3, you look at day 2 and day 3, total 77.2 and 72.3 overs, out of which the last over was bowled by India. 1 run. 1 over was bowled. And you all saw what happened in that spell. Day 4, 78.5 overs, out of which 61.1 were bowled by India, 17.4 were bowled by England. Day 5, 57.1 overs. So, second innings will not be counted in this over rate deduction because of a technicality in the ICC playing conditions rule 12.9.4.1. But there are allowances given. If there is a slow over rate issue, they consider the broader situation. Treatment given to player. Now, which 2 players in the Indian team were given the treatment? Rishabh Pant and Shubman Gill. So, under that time, you are given an allowance. Okay, you have had an injury, you need the treatment. Third, umpire referrals. Every single time a wicket fell, there were referrals galore. Many people are not noticing that. There is just no trust in the umpires. That is why every time there is a dismissal, say for an LBW or for a caught, direct review, and that takes time. 2 minutes per wicket. Every time a batsman goes on, you have to come in, you have to get in within 2 minutes. 4 minutes drinks break. So under these circumstances, and there are some other, supposing there is an action which has happened outside the control, say for example, side screen delay, any other kind of a delay, all that is taken into allowance while doing a slow over rate. And second innings, you might have thought it was slow, but it cannot be considered because according to Article 12.9.4.1 of the ICC World Test Championship playing conditions, if team bowls each other out under 80 overs, innings would not go towards the match over rate calculation. So in both cases you saw you went under 80 overs, so no team was guilty of any offense in the second innings. But there is one crucial difference. Why India were just about okay? India spinners. 42.1 overs the India spinners bowled. England 31.5. On the other hand, England's pacers bowled 162.2. India's pacers 132.3. This is a clear-cut indication that India's spinners made up time for it. We all know Jadeja and Washington Sundar really get along with it. And that is why when you say this particular bit, Wisden India dug up these statistics in that sense. Wisden India noted that 42.1, 31.5, 162, 132.3. So they did this particular calculation and because of that, India just escaped. But England could not escape despite all of them. That's why they were docked 2 points. But it still begs the question, on day 1, 83 overs, how did it still escape? Because the over rate calculation and all the fines that has been put in place, it's never made public. You just get a release from the ICC, that's it, that you have been docked 2 points or some points for a slower rate. One hopes going ahead in England, Australia and all the other places, the over rates improve. Because if a slow over rate happens, fans anyway are put off. Look at it. Over 30 overs were lost. That is a session and a half lost. Imagine if you had bowled your overs on time, something else could have happened. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.